Investigators are trying to figure out what started a fire here in Frankfort that killed a 2-year-old and critically injured 2 other people.
An arrest in the murder of this 7-year-old Kentucky girl nearly 1 week after she disappeared during her brother's football game. We'll have the breaking details now at 4.
Our weekend is off and running on a very nice weather note, but I've got our first taste of winter weather in the weekend forecast, and a breakdown is just ahead.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Kentucky State Police have just wrapped up a news conference about the arrest in the murder of Gabriella Doolin, the 7-year-old girl who disappeared during a youth football game in Allen County last week. They've arrested 38-year-old Timothy Madden of Scottsville and charged him with murder. The girl, known as Gabby, was found dead in a pond behind Allen County Scottsville High School last Saturday. She'd been at the school with her family watching her brother's youth football game. We've learned Madden is from Allen County and went to that same high school at the same time as Doolin's father, Brian.
But just bear in mind that this is still an open investigation. We still have a lot of work to do. Just because an arrest has been made does not mean that the state police has stopped working on this investigation.
State police say they also charged Madden with kidnapping, sodomy, and rape. He's been taken to the Allen County Jail, and we'll have more coming up on WKYT News at 5. We're about to get our first taste of winter this season, and it could bring some snowflakes tomorrow. You're looking live at downtown Lexington from one of our sky cams where it'll feel a lot different tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has a first look at the forecast. Chris?
Hi, Jennifer. It is a storm that is crossing the country right now. It came ashore on the west coast of the United States just a few days ago. Right now, that same system is bringing a big snowstorm to parts of Iowa, heading towards Chicago and sections of Detroit. It may bring the biggest November snows on record to some of those areas over the next few days. This low will wind up across the Ohio Valley as we go into the day tomorrow. Out ahead of it, we're getting in on just a little bit of light rain now, but the overall system really is not going to impact us until late tomorrow afternoon. What we're seeing right now out ahead of that, a little bit of high cloud cover streaming on in on that western skyline, and you can see those ice crystal clouds that are way up there. Temperatures have been in the upper 40s to low 50s. Look at the humidity. 27% as of right now. When you see humidity that low, as soon as the sun sets, watch out. Temperatures are really going to drop in a hurry. We'll be in the 30s before the evening is over by far. Touch of winter weather is on the way as we go into our Saturday, and especially Saturday evening. And Jennifer, at some point tomorrow, coming up with your hour-by-hour forecast, I'm going to show you why at some point you're going to be thinking, there's no way we could get a snowflake around here. But a big cold front is going to have a big temperature tumble with it in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Tragedy at a central Kentucky apartment complex. A 2-year-old boy has died in an overnight fire that critically injured his mother and younger sister. The fire broke out at the Country Hills Apartments on Schenkel Lane in eastern Frankfort about 1 this morning. Monique Blair has the latest on the investigation in our top story at 4.
The fire started around 1:45 this morning in the Country Hills apartment complex here, and we now know it took the life of a young boy, 2-year-old Demetrius Johnson. We're also told 2 of Johnson's family members suffered critical injuries as a result of this fire. A GoFundMe page has been set up for Demetrius Johnson's family to help pay for funeral costs. According to the page, Demetrius's mother, Whitney, and younger 1-month-old sister, Nyla, were the 2 people who suffered critical injuries. The page creator says the top 25% of both Whitney and Nyla's bodies are burned. Robin Phillips lives in the apartment below the unit where Demetrius Johnson and his family lived. Phillips says she credits her life to a young teenager who banged on her door this morning to alert her that there was a fire. Phillips says she, along with other people from the apartment, watched this morning as emergency crews worked hard to save the young boy's life after they rescued him from the burning building.
When he brought him out, everybody just turned, it seemed like everybody focused on him and him only. And those people standing there crying, bunched up together, and just crying.
The state fire marshal, along with arson investigators, have not released a cause of this fire, and they tell us it could take up to 10 days to determine what started it. In Franklin County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
A social worker with the American Red Cross tells us about 27 people are now out of their homes because of that fire. She says it could be a while before they can return because the entire 8-unit building had structural damage from the fire. We're working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. We now know the name of the teacher who died in an early morning crash in Montgomery County. The sheriff says 51-year-old Sheila Huff Baker pulled out in front of a truck driver on Highway 460. She died at the scene. Authorities say she worked at Mapleton Elementary and was on her way there. No one in the truck was hurt. She leaves behind parents and children. We'll have more on this story ahead on WKYT News at 4:30. School officials in southern Kentucky say there is no danger after a threat was made at a high school. It all began yesterday after a student was overheard making a comment in the cafeteria during breakfast. Once the threat hit social media, Knox County school officials say the rumors quickly got out of control. We were even told that some people were saying there were concerns of a hit list. But spokesperson Frank Shelton says there was never a hit list and that there was no validity to the threat.
Like I said, that was never the case. That was not even part of the investigation that actually took place here on Thursday. So we're not quite sure how that rumor, if you will, got started, but it was not reflective of actually what occurred at Knox Central.
School officials are not saying much about the student, the age, or grade, only to say that Barberville police are investigating. We'll have the latest on the situation and the investigation on WKYT News at 5 o'clock. That's a look at some of the news in progress on this Friday. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. After that big win over Duke in Chicago earlier this week, the undefeated Wildcats are back home tonight at Rupp Arena to take on Wright State. Rob Bromley is live at Rupp with your official UK coverage. Hi, Rob.
Hello, Jennifer, from the floor of Rupp Arena, and the Wildcats, after racing past Duke at the United Center in Chicago on Tuesday night, they are now back home to face a Wright State team that has lost 2 of its first 3 games. John Calipari continued to develop his team in the early season. Cats played well at both ends of the court Tuesday night. Tonight, Kentucky will face a team that will run a little time off the clock and then launch a three-pointer.
64 or 5 shots and nearly half of them threes. They have 3 really good three-point shooters. They're shooting 40% from the 3, so you have an idea how they're going to play. They pack line defense. They're not stretching out, and they play a 2-3 zone, which is exactly what we got to go against. So it's a great game for us. That's how teams, I believe, will play us.
So it is Kentucky and Wright State tonight. It'll be an 8 o'clock tip-off on the SEC network. Much more coming up at 5 o'clock. Cal says he needs 1 more player off the bench. I'll have that in the next hour, Jennifer, but for now, that's it from here at Rupp Arena. Back to you.
Stocks ending the week with gains. The Dow added 91 points to close at 17,824. The Nasdaq added 31. People using Uber for work trips can now charge their bosses for the rides. The ride-sharing company is launching a new feature that lets users switch to a business profile to track work-related rides. You can still keep your personal rides separate on the same app, but now you'll be able to plug in separate credit card information and have receipts sent directly to your work email address. The terrorist attacks have led to a lot of stories about Paris this week, from heroism during the terror attacks to neighbors welcoming displaced strangers into their homes and the international community lighting up monuments in support. Businesses have also been getting involved. Mary Maloney looks at how they're trying to help.
We have some breaking news for you out of Paris.
As Parisians opened their homes to those who had been displaced by the terror attacks in Paris, Airbnb took note. The online vacation rental service set up a page providing urgent Paris accommodation in the days following the attacks. The site waived all service fees to those affected. Several cellular services followed suit. T-Mobile and Verizon both offered free calling and texting from the U.S. to France, and Sprint waived long-distance fees on calls and texts for all Sprint, Boost, and Virgin Mobile customers. Online service Skype made its phone and video calls to France free of charge for an undisclosed amount of time. Google also tweeted that calls to France would be free via its Hangout application. Facebook launched several features. In the immediate aftermath of the attacks, the social media giant activated Safety Check, enabling people in the vicinity to notify friends and family they were okay. It was the first time Safety Check had been activated during a situation other than a natural disaster. Facebook also introduced a function allowing users to overlay a French flag on their profile picture. Other companies made symbolic gestures. Amazon changed the top half of its website to a banner displaying the French flag. Groupon, Reddit, and Apple's French site all incorporated the flag into their logos. And Google posted a black ribbon on its homepage. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
It turns out money really can buy you happiness, but a consumer spending researcher says it depends on how you spend your money. He found people generally get more happiness spending money on experiences, such as vacations, rather than things such as electronics and gadgets. He says that's because anticipation of a trip to Europe or a dinner date can make you just as happy as the event itself. On the other hand, spending on big-ticket items often causes stress and anxiety.